This is ANN News Brief.
Zimbabwean doctors in their hundreds have protested in central Harare on Monday over the disappearance of Peter Magombei, president of the Zimbabwe Hospital Doctors Association. The union represents mainly junior doctors at public hospitals. Dr. Magombei was one of the organizers of an ongoing strike to demand higher wages for state doctors because of soaring living costs before he disappeared on Saturday night. His colleagues have alleged he was abducted by the security services in an attempt to break the strike that has disrupted healthcare services in hospitals. A senior information ministry official denied the government was responsible. The doctors intended marching to the government office, but riot police blocked their access to President Emerson Mnangagwa's office. They dispersed after police allowed half a dozen of them to deliver a petition to Mnangagwa's office demanding action over Magombei's disappearance. The doctors said their strike would continue. In a petition, Magombei's family says they are seriously concerned about his whereabouts as it remains unknown. They have demanded his unconditional return. Meanwhile, Mnangagwa's government has said it will not use excessive force against protesters after being criticized over its heavy-handed response to post-election violence last year and demonstrations over fuel price hikes this year. President Cyril Ramaphosa says South African soldiers will continue to patrol gang-ridden Cape Town streets for an extra 6 months after the government extended on Monday their deployment till March 2020. The army was deployed in July to help quell escalating violence in Cape Town that has killed hundreds this year. Some officials have likened the town to a war zone because of high rate of unemployment and drug abuse that have fueled gang activity in Cape Flats, a sprawling area of the city. Western Cape provincial officials say bloodshed in the mainly poor black and mixed-race neighborhood since the beginning of the year has killed more than 2,000 people, almost half gang-related. Meanwhile, the South African president has sent delegates to African countries affected by xenophobic attacks to apologize. This move came after Ramaphosa was booed in Harare, Zimbabwe, over the weekend. We'll be back after this break.
We are on the road every day, canvassing throughout Africa for news you really need. We follow this story everywhere, from every corner of Nigeria to the wide African expanse. We bring you what's making headlines. We connect you with news you can use. ANN, African News Network, in a truly African spirit.
A Kenyan teacher named world's best teacher earlier this year, Peter Tabichi, has met U.S. President Donald Trump at the White House ahead of his speech at the UN General Assembly. Tabichi won the 2019 Global Teacher Prize in March. He is a member of the Franciscan Religious Order and teaches science at Kericho Mixed Day Secondary School in Kenya's Nakuru County, located 188 kilometers northwest of the capital, Nairobi. A picture of their meeting in the Oval Office was posted on Twitter by the White House press secretary, who said Tabichi gave away 80% of his monthly income to help the poor in his home country, Kenya. White House Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham says, quote, "Peter, you inspire us all. Thank you for your commitment to your students," end quote. Grisham says his dedication, hard work, and belief in his students' talent has led his poorly resourced school in Kenya to emerge victorious after taking on the country's best schools in national science competitions. Brother Tabichi is expected to recite a prayer before the General Assembly opens in New York later on Tuesday. He is also due to give brief remarks on how he made it to the top in the teaching profession. Congratulations to him. That's ANN News Brief. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adeyemi.